Good evening, all of you. I hope you all are doing well. And today in this class, we are going to revise physical geography in that particularly atmosphere. Okay, this is the part one of the atmosphere. Okay, so let's begin our discussion. Today's our first question: which of the following is not chemical weathering? Again, please concentrate on the question. They are asking which of the following is not the chemical weathering. What is the answer? Be quick. What is the answer? So very simple, right? By reading the option, you can easily eliminate some of them. Let's see the answer. Answer is option C, freezing. Okay. So freezing is not the chemical weathering. In oxidation, hydrolysis, and carbonization. That is option A, B, and D. Okay. So here chemical components are involved for the chemical weathering. But when it comes to the freezing, it is not the chemical weathering. Okay. It is just the water getting freezed. That is freezing. It is not the chemical weathering. Okay, so by removing oxidation, hydrolysis, and carbonization, you can arrive at the correct answer. Okay, that is freezing. Next, fog is a phenomenon indicating. What is the answer? Read carefully options and tell me. Fog is a phenomenon indicating which of the following? What is the answer? What is the answer? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option C, inversion of the temperature. Okay, so that is the answer. See, how does the fog form in the atmosphere? See, when the water vapor or the water in its gaseous form condenses, that will convert as the fog. Okay, so during the condensation, molecules of water vapor combine to make the tiny liquid water droplets. Okay, so that hang in the air. So that is usually we call it as the fog. So to happen, we need inversion of the temperature. Okay, so remember it is inversion of the temperature. Okay, next. Which one of the following local winds is different from the other three? Here, four local winds names are given. You need to find out which one is different from the other three local winds. What is the answer? So these are the different local wind names. Okay. So here you need to find out which one is different from the other three. It's like odd man out question. What is the answer? Be quick, guys. Participate. Okay. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option D, Mistral. Okay. See, apart from Mistral, this comes in Poen and Sirocco. Okay. So these are all different, and this one is different because Mistral, the local wind, is different from others. The Mistral is a strong cold wind. But when it comes to the Sirocco, Poen, and Kamsin, so these are the hot winds. Okay, or you can say warm, dry winds. But Mistral is the cold, dry, strong wind. Okay, so Mistral is the regional wind in the France. That also you must remember. Okay, so Mistral is from the France. Okay, so why it is different? Because this Kamsin, Poen, and Sirocco, these all are the hot wind. Okay, so Mistral is the cold, dry wind. This is the difference. Next, thunderstorms are associated with which of the following clouds? Thunderstorms are associated with which of the following clouds? So very simple question. What is the answer? Be quick, guys. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option B, that is cumulonimbus clouds. You can see in the picture. Okay, so thunderstorm. This is the thunderstorm. It is associated with the cumulonimbus clouds. So cumulonimbus cloud is a heavy dense cloud with the great vertical growth, and it is responsible for the thunderstorms. Okay, so remember cumulonimbus clouds. Next, a hot local wind blowing in Sahara Desert is known as. Again, it is again a hot local wind which is blowing in Sahara Desert. Is it known as what is the answer? Different countries have different local winds. Just now we have studied Mistral, Pon, Sirocco, right? Likewise, here they are asking a hot local wind which is blowing in the Sahara Desert. It is known as, what is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option D, Harmattan. Okay, so this Harmattan, it is a hot local wind, hot and dry local wind which blows in the Sahara Desert. Okay, so remember that. Harmattan. Next, atmospheric layer which reflects the radio waves is called. It's very simple question. Atmospheric layer which reflects the radio waves is called. What is the answer? What is the answer? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option B, ionosphere. Okay, so atmosphere contains the different layers. Okay, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, exosphere, like that. Okay, so in the ionosphere, so this layer reflects the radio wave. Okay, why this ionosphere reflects the radio waves? Because it consists of the free floating electrons. This free floating electron will help to absorb and reflect the radio waves. Okay, so that's why in ionosphere the radio waves reflection happens. You can see in this picture. Okay, so first is troposphere. This is the very nearest layer from the earth. Next, stratosphere, where we can see the ozone layer. Next comes the mesosphere. Okay, after that ionosphere, and last one is exosphere. So these are the different layers of the atmosphere. Okay, so please remember, first comes the troposphere, which is very nearest to the earth's surface. Next comes the stratosphere, where we can see our ozone layer, which is protecting us from the ultraviolet radiation of the sun. Next comes mesosphere, and last one is ionosphere, and very last one is the exosphere. Okay, so in the ionosphere, the radio waves will reflect and it get absorption. Okay, because of free floating electrons. Okay, next. The layer of the atmosphere which contains dust particles and water vapor is called. So what is the answer? The layer of the atmosphere which contains dust particles and water vapor is called. Just now we have studied different layers, right? It is one of the characteristic of one particular layer. So they are asking which layer we can see the dust particles and water vapor. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option B, troposphere. Okay, so in this troposphere only you can see the thunderstorm and raining, that is precipitation, water vapor and dust particles. Okay, all these you can see in the troposphere. Troposphere is very much nearest layer of the earth surface. Okay, so remember troposphere. Next, which of the following does not affect the distribution of insolation? Which of the following does not affect the distribution of insolation? Again, read carefully. They are asking which one is not affecting the distribution of insolation. What is the answer? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is ocean currents. Ocean currents will not affect the distribution of insolation. So here first you need to understand what is insolation. Then only you can answer the question. Okay. So insolation is a phenomenon. Okay, it is nothing but the solar radiation received in the Earth's atmosphere. So that is called as insolation. So which factor will not affect the distribution of insolation? That is the question. Okay, so altitude obviously affect the distribution of insolation because temperature decreases with altitude. Okay, then angle of the sun's rays, obviously this is one of the main factor which will affect the distribution of insolation. And length of the day, this is also there. Then ocean currents, it will not affect the distribution of insolation. Okay, so what is insolation? I just told you it is nothing but solar radiation received in the Earth atmosphere, or you can say solar radiation which is received on the Earth surface. That is called as insolation. Okay. Next, tropopause separates which two layers? That is the question. Tropopause separates which two layers? What is the answer? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option B, stratosphere and troposphere. Okay, see, here you can see the tropopause. Please concentrate on the picture. First come the troposphere, which is very nearest to the Earth's surface. After that, stratosphere is there. So between the troposphere and stratosphere, you can see the small layer. So that is called as tropopause. Okay. So this tropopause separate the troposphere as well as stratosphere. Similarly, there comes the stratopause. Okay. Stratopause separate the mesosphere and stratosphere. So after that comes the mesopause. So mesopause separate the thermosphere and mesosphere. Okay, so these are the middle layers between the each of the different layer of the atmosphere. Okay, so likewise tropopause, it separate the tropopause, troposphere and stratosphere. Okay, so that you need to remember. Next, in which font is atmospheric humidity expressed? In which font the atmospheric humidity is expressed, whether it is absolute humidity, specific humidity, relative humidity, or all of this. What is the answer? Very simple, right? How can you measure humidity? How can you express the humidity? What is the answer? You have to participate, guys. Okay, don't worry about whether giving right answer or wrong answer. Try to participate. Think about it. Then only you can understand, okay, which is correct answer. Atmospheric humidity is expressed in which form? Okay, let's see. Answer is option B, all of this. Okay, the humidity is expressed, maybe it is in the form of absolute humidity or specific humidity or relative humidity. Okay, all of these are the factors, or you can say expression of the atmospheric humidity. Okay, next. The process of water vapor changing to the liquid state is called. They are giving the definition of one phenomenon. They're asking what is the name of the phenomenon. Okay, the process of water vapor changing to the liquid state is called as, what is the answer? What is the answer? Very simple, right? What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option C, condensation. Okay, so this phenomenon is very important. Okay, this is the process of water vapor changing to the liquid state. It is called as condensation. Okay, from gaseous state to the liquid state. Okay, what kind of transition is happening here? From water vapor, it is the gaseous state of water. So that is changing to the liquid state. That means water. Okay, water vapor is changing to the water state. So that is called as the condensation. Okay. Next, jet stream is dash westerlies in upper part of the troposphere. Whether it is fast blowing, ocean current, monsoon wind, or none of this. What is the answer? jet streams are very important. Okay, what is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option A, fast blowing westerlies in the upper part of troposphere. So before going into the picture, so here you need to understand the answer first. Okay, jet stream is fast blowing westerlies in upper part of the troposphere. Okay, so where it comes, in which atmospheric layer? In the troposphere. Okay, so remember that, that is also very important. In stratosphere it won't come, it only comes in the troposphere. So now you can observe the picture. Okay, so these are called as the jet stream. Okay, so we can see two kinds of jet stream in the atmosphere. So one is polar jet stream. You can see it is above the polar region. Next is subtropical jet stream. You can see it is in the subtropical region. Okay, so these are the two kinds of jet stream we can usually see in the atmosphere. Okay, so then how these jet streams will form? That is the question. We already know two kind of jet streams are there and they can be observed in the troposphere. But what is the reason for the jet stream? See, whenever the cold air mass meets the hot air mass, okay, whenever the cold air mass meet the hot air mass, then the jet stream formation will happen. That is the definition. Okay, so remember that whenever the cold air mass meet the hot air mass, so that reason jet stream formation will happen. So for that, look at this second picture. Okay, so here they are telling how the subtropical jet stream is forming. Here a red color wind is there, no, that is hot wind. Okay, that is hot air mass. And blue color wind is there, no, that is the cold air mass. When these two meet, then the jet stream formation will happen. Since these are forming in the subtropical region, the name given for that is subtropical jet stream. Similarly, look at the polar region. Here again the hot air mass is meeting with the cold air mass. So that's why the jet stream formation is happening. Since it is forming in the polar region, the name given to that is polar jet stream. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Two types of jet streams are there, polar jet stream and subtropical jet stream. So these are the fast blowing westerlies in the upper part of the troposphere. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Next, tropical cyclones in Australia are called. What is the answer? Tropical cyclones in Australia are called. Let's see the answer. Answer is option A, Willy Willy. See, tropical cyclones in Australia are called Willy Willy. Okay, so these are the different names given to the cyclones: Willy Willy, hurricanes, typhoon, easterly waves. Okay, so hurricanes, typhoons, and Willy Willy. So these are the different names given to the cyclone. Okay, so these are all the same wind pattern, but because of different country and continent, they use different name. Okay, so in Indian Ocean we call it as cyclone. Okay, but when it goes to the Australia, they call it as Willy Willy. Okay, typhoons can be called in Pacific region, in China and all. Okay, so that's why this is the same names, different names given to the tropical cyclones. Okay, specifically they are asking about Australia. Cyclones are called in Australia as Willy Willy. That you need to remember. Okay, next. A large body of air having fairly uniform temperature and humidity is called. A large body of air having fairly uniform temperature and humidity is called. What is the answer? Be quick, guys. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option C, an air mass. Okay, so air masses are relatively large bodies of air that are fairly horizontally uniform in characteristics. So these air bodies are relatively uniform in temperature and moisture content. Okay, and these may extend across the entire continent. So that's why as an air mass, it is having the fairly uniform temperature and humidity and many more factors. Okay, so that's why here option is the option C, air mass. Okay, so remember, what is an air mass? It is a relatively large body. It consisting of uniform temperature and humidity. So that much you need to remember. Okay, next. What is the most important element of climate? So what is the most important element of climate? Yes, this is very bit, confusing question. Try to answer. Use some logic and try to answer. So let's see the answer. Answer is option B, temperature. See, although temperature, pressure, humidity, rainfall, all are the important elements of the weather and climate, but temperature is the basis of all other factors, directly and indirectly. That's why the answer is option B, temperature. Okay, so rainfall, this pressure, humidity, these all are also the elements of the climate and environment. Okay, but when you see the basis, temperature is the basis for all the other factors. Okay, so temperature is the basis for pressure, temperature is need for the humidity, temperature is required for rainfall. Okay, so that's why temperature is a very basic and fundamental element of the climate. Okay, so that's why here option is option B, temperature. Next, which layer of atmosphere is vital for telecommunications? Which layer of atmosphere is vital for telecommunication? What is the answer? In the second or first question we have studied, right? So what is the answer here? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option B, ionosphere. Okay. In the previous question only we studied, right? Ionosphere reflects the radio waves. So that will help in the telecommunication. You can easily find out the answer, that is ionosphere. Why you guys are quiet? I don't know. We have already studied, right, in this class only. In ionosphere, what will happen? Radio waves get reflected back, right? So that will be the main source for telecommunication. Okay, you can easily answer this. Ionosphere layer of atmosphere is the vital for telecommunication. Okay, so that is very, very important. Why it is so? Because it will reflect back the radio waves. The velocity of the wind is determined by which of the following factor? What is the answer? The velocity of the wind is determined by which of the following factor? Let's see the answer. Answer is option A, pressure gradient. Okay. See, pressure gradient is important to find out the velocity of the winds. Okay, so remember pressure gradient. Next, roaring 40s are the, what is the answer? What are the roaring 40s? These are the one form of winds. Okay, what is the answer for here? What is the answer for this question? Roaring 40s are the, whether they are high velocity trade winds, high velocity westerly winds, high velocity polar winds, or high magnitude tidal waves due to high wind velocity. Answer is option B, high velocity westerly winds. So roaring 40s are the high velocity westerly winds which blow persistently from the west areas between the latitudes 40 degree to 50 degrees south in the southern hemisphere. So that's why the name here 40s. Okay, here 40s indicates the degree. Okay, 40 degree to 50 degree. Okay, so this 40s indicates the latitude in which these winds are blowing. Okay, so these winds are blowing between the latitude of 40 to 50 degree south in the southern hemisphere. So that's why the name given here as roaring 40s. So these are nothing but high velocity westerly winds. Okay. Next, the Mistral is experienced in. The Mistral is experienced wind. Mistral is a local wind. Just now we have studied, right, in the previous question. Everyone should answer this. In today's class only we have discussed about the Mistral. I told you it belongs to which country. Here again the same question we are, facing. What is the answer? The Mistral is experienced in which country or which region? Let's see the answer. Answer is option A, southern France. Okay, what is Mistral? It is a local wind of the France, right? It is the cold and dry strong wind, okay, of the France. Okay, here option is A, southern France. And please don't forget, Mistral is the cold and dry, strong wind. Okay, it is a local wind for the France. The sky looks blue because of. It's a very simple question. You might have studied it in your lower standard also. The sky looks blue because of, what is the reason why we can see the blue sky? Why can't we see sky as yellow or something else? Different color, green and all. Why only blue? What is the reason why we can see the sky color as blue? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option B, selective scattering of radiation by the atmosphere. Okay, so to understand this phenomenon, please look at this picture. Okay, concentrate on this picture. So here sunlight is, radiation is coming. Okay, that is sunlight is coming and hitting the earth surface. This is earth. Okay, earth is covered by the atmospheric layers. We have just now studied, right? Different layers are there in the atmosphere. Whenever the solar radiation enter the atmosphere of the earth, the blue light scattered. Okay, so this blue light scatters and makes the sky appears blue. That is the reason. Okay, are you getting this point? So whenever the solar light or solar radiation enter the earth atmosphere, the blue light scatters a lot. Okay, so because of this scattering, we can see the sky blue in color. Okay, so please don't forget, this is a very simple and basic thing. Okay, next. A cyclone is an area of, what is the answer? Read options carefully. A cyclone is an area of, what is a cyclone? How it forms? What is the structure of cyclone? All you need to know. Okay, so this is important. Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option A, low pressure surrounded by the high pressure. Okay, you can see. So this is the structure of the cyclone. So usually you can see cyclones like this. Okay, please concentrate on the cursor where I'm showing you. Okay, so actually cyclones looks like this. Okay, but when you see the structure of the cyclone, you can see something like this. So what is cyclone basically? A cyclone is nothing but the uh, low pressure area surrounded by the high pressure winds. So that is called as the cyclone. Here the cyclone consisting of the eye. Okay, so in the cyclone eye, so there will be descending air, that is the warm air descends and the cool air sinks in the cyclone region, and it will form the eye walls also. Are you getting my point? Okay, so in the eye of the cyclone, so where it has the low pressure, okay, so where it has the low pressure, in the eye of the cyclone, the descending cool air will get into the ocean, and the warm air, it will rise up. Okay, so you can see the red color, these are the warm moist air which is going up, and cool air which is coming down, that is descending cool air. Okay, so because of this low pressure, it will create an eye. Surrounded by the eye, there will be eye wall. Okay, so these are nothing but winds only. Okay, so this is the structure of the cyclone. But when you see from the top view, you can see like this. So this is the structure, and this second picture is the top view of the cyclone. Okay, so please don't forget this. Low pressure surrounded by the high pressure winds, that is called as the cyclone. Okay, next. Cyclone in Northern Hemisphere winds blow in a which direction? Cyclones in Northern Hemisphere winds blow in which direction? Let's see the answer. Answer is option A, anticlockwise. Winds in a cyclone blow anticlockwise in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay, and it will blow clockwise in the Southern Hemisphere. Why anti-clockwise in Northern Hemisphere and why clockwise in Southern Hemisphere? Because of the deflection. Okay, so any object that will deflect right in the Northern Hemisphere, and that will deflect left in the southern hemisphere. So that is the reason the cyclones that will blow northern hemisphere in the anti-clockwise direction. When it comes to the southern hemisphere, it will blow in the clockwise direction because of the deflection. Okay, so in the northern hemisphere, the object will or the wind will blow to the right. Okay, in the southern hemisphere, the object or winds will blow to the left. Okay, so remember that. Next, when air temperature rises, relative humidity increases, decreases, does not change, may increase or decrease. What is the answer? When air temperature rises, what happens to the relative humidity? What is the answer? What is the answer? What is the answer? What is humidity? First tell me that, then you can answer later. What is humidity? Give me the definition of humidity. See, humidity is nothing but water holding capacity of the air. That you need to remember. So in simple term, the water holding capacity of the air is called as humidity. Here they are asking when air temperature rises, what will happen to the relative humidity? Whether it will increase, decrease, or does not change, or may increase or decrease. Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option B, decreases. Okay, see, whenever the temperature, that is air temperature rises, the relative humidity will decrease. So first you need to understand what is relative humidity. Just now we have understood what is humidity, that is air holding capacity, sorry, water holding capacity of the air. But what is relative humidity? See, it is the amount of water vapor in the air as a percentage of total amount of water that could be held at the current temperature. So that is called as relative humidity. Whenever the temperature increases, obviously the relative humidity will decreases. Okay, so whenever the air temperature rises, the relative humidity will decreases. Okay, so humidity is nothing but the water holding capacity of the air. Okay, so when it is expressed in the percentage, okay, so that is called as relative humidity. Okay, so what is the relation between temperature and relative humidity? Whenever the temperature rises, the relative humidity will decreases. Okay, here you can even eliminate C and D. I am telling how to eliminate. This is called as common sense, or you can say the tricks. See, whenever the temperature rises, what will happen to the relative humidity? Okay, so if you don't know anything about the relative humidity, at least you know, right? There will be some relationship between the temperature and humidity. Option C is telling does not change. See, whenever temperature increases, something will change. Okay, so then you can easily eliminate option C. Now you have only three options left with you. One is A, B, and D. Okay, so may increase or decrease. See, how can it will may increase or decrease? Whenever one factor is rising, other factor should either increase or should decrease. Here they are telling it may increase or may decrease. So is it making any sense to you? No, right? You can easily eliminate option C and D. So this is called as elimination trick. If you use your common sense, you can easily eliminate lot of the options. So now you can choose only between A and B. Okay, so you have already eliminated C and D with just a simple logic and simple common sense. Okay, now you are having 50% chances of getting this question right in your real examination. I'm telling you the tricks, what to do in your real examination if you don't know anything about the question. Okay, if you just know some simple things, simple terms about the question, what to do in the examination. Now you have only A and B option with you. Already you have eliminated option C and D. Okay, if you choose option A or if you choose option B, there is 50% chances of you to get it right. Okay, so that is called as elimination trick. Please follow this trick. Okay, but don't follow it blindly. Okay, if you don't know anything, if you have zero knowledge about the question, then don't do it. If you just know something, then you can easily apply. Okay, so this is called elimination trick. Okay, next, which of the following statement regarding ozone layer within the atmosphere is or correct? You need to find out the correct answer using the codes given below here. What is the answer? Please be quick, guys. We have to cover a lot of questions here. What is the answer? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option C. Both these statements are correct. Okay. First statement is telling it absorbs most of the ultraviolet radiation found in the sun's rays. Obviously true. Where ozone layer is located? It is in the stratosphere, right? Okay. So what is the function of the ozone layer? It will absorb a lot of the ultraviolet radiation which is coming from the sun's radiation, right? So option statement number 1 is obviously correct. Look at the statement number 2. Chlorofluorocarbons are serious threat to the ozone layer. It was in news from many years. Okay, the chlorofluorocarbons are called as CFCs. So these are the harmful chemicals for the ozone layer. You will use refrigerator, you will use ACs, right? So they will they will radiate the chlorofluorocarbons. So that will be serious threat for the ozone layer. So because of that, ozone layer hole will also occur because of the CFCs. So that's why both these statements are true regarding the ozone layer. Okay. So first thing, it will absorb the ultraviolet radiation and it will help the living beings on the earth. And second one, the CFCs are serious threat to the ozone layer. Okay. Next, consider the following statements. You need to find out which statements given above are correct. So read carefully these statements and let me know the correct answer. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Both the statements are wrong. That's why option D is correct, neither 1 nor 2. Okay, here they are asking which statement given above is or correct. But both the statements are wrong. That's why option B is correct, neither 1 nor 2. Look at the first statement. Half the water vapor in the air in atmosphere lies below an altitude of 1000 meter. 1000 meter means 1 kilometer. But half of the water vapor in the air in atmosphere lies below an altitude of 2 kilometer. Okay, so that's why statement number 1 is wrong. Okay, and 90% of the water vapor below an altitude of 5 kilometer, it is there. Then amount of precipitable water in atmosphere increases from the poles to the equator. Okay, but here in statement number 2, they are giving reverse. The amount of precipitable water in the atmosphere increases from the equator to poles. It should be poles to the equator. Okay, they are giving reverse to make you confused. So that's why both these statements are wrong. Option D is correct, neither 1 nor 2. Okay, if they have given the a question like which of the following statements are not correct, then you can choose option C. Both the statements are not correct. Okay, since they are asking which one is correct, you can choose option D, neither 1 nor 2. Are you getting my point? Sometimes they give question as which statements are correct. Sometimes they will give you like which statements are not correct. So please read the question carefully, then come to the answer section. Okay, so here option B is correct. Okay, next, in an anticyclone, what will happen? What is the anticyclone here? What is the answer? Previous question we have studied about cyclones. Here we are talking about anticyclone. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option A. Barometric pressure is high towards the center of the system. Okay. By using common sense, you can easily answer. What we studied in cyclone? Low pressure will be there at the center and it will create an eye. That just now we have studied that, right? What is cyclone? There will be low pressure. Okay, that will create an eye for the cyclone. And high pressure winds will blow above from that eye. Okay, so that will create the eye wall. So that is cyclone. Anticyclone means exactly opposite to that. That much you can understand, right? What is anticyclone? It is opposite to the cyclone. Then you can see the option A. It is telling barometric pressure is high towards the center of the system. Okay, this would be correct answer. Because in cyclone, we can see these in the center, there will be low pressure. Anticyclone means which is opposite to that. It means pressure should be high towards the center. Very simple, right? Without knowing much, you can easily answer. Okay. So anyway, look at here. How this high pressure will form in the center. See, in anticyclone, this high pressure diverging air will be there at the center. Okay. So from this center, all the air will diverge and rotate around. So that will create the anticyclone. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you. Next, the correct sequence of different layers of atmosphere from the surface of Earth upwards. You need to find out the correct sequence of the different layers of the atmosphere from the Earth surface. Okay, we have already seen the picture of this. You need to arrange them. Okay, that's the task. What is the answer? Just now we have studied different layers of atmosphere, right? Here you just need to arrange them in sequence. Let's see the answer. Answer is option C. Okay, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and ionosphere. Okay, so look at the picture. Concentrate on this picture. Here Earth surface is there. After that, troposphere will come. Okay, troposphere is where you can see the water vapor, precipitation, condensation, all the things, all the phenomena will happen here in the troposphere. Next comes the stratosphere, where your ozone layer is present. Next comes the mesosphere, and last one is ionosphere. This ionosphere will help you for telecommunication because it will reflect back the radio waves to the earth. Okay, so these are some basic characteristics of the different layers of the atmosphere. So please remember the sequence. First comes the troposphere, next is stratosphere, after that mesosphere, and last one is ionosphere. Okay, so you can remember like TSMI. Okay, so that is the code TSMI. Okay, so remember like that. Next, normally the temperature decreases with the increase in the height from the Earth's surface because here you need to find out the correct answer using the quotes given below. Read carefully all these three statements and read carefully this question. See, normally what happens, the temperature decreases with the increase in the height from the Earth's surface. What is the reason for that? That is the question. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. Okay, the temperature decreases with the height in the lowest 10 to 20 kilometer of the atmosphere. Okay, because most of the solar radiation passes through the atmosphere with little or no effect. That radiation is absorbed by the solid Earth's surface and is transmitted to the air above the surface by conduction. So that's why you can see the temperature decreases with height in the 10 to 20 kilometer of the atmosphere. So first statement, it is telling the atmosphere can be heated upwards from the Earth's surface. That is true. Okay, the atmosphere can be heated upwards from the Earth's surface. So that is one of the reason. So look at the option number 3. I mean statement number 3. The air is less dense in the upper atmosphere. Obviously true. The air is very much dense in the lower part of the atmosphere. When it comes to the upper part of the atmosphere, the air density will be lesser. That will easily affect the temperature. Whenever the dense air is there, then you can see the high temperature. Whenever the less dense air is there, then you can see the low temperature. So that's why the air is less dense in the upper atmosphere. That is also reason why the temperature decreases with increase in the height from the Earth's surface. Okay, so that's why 1 and 3 are correct. Look at the statement number 2. There is more moisture in the upper atmosphere. That is not true. Okay, so that's why option C is correct. 1 and 3 only. Okay. Consider the following atmospheric conditions with reference to tropical cyclone. You need to find out the correct answer using the codes given below. They are giving the factors which will motivate the development of the cyclone. Okay. So you need to find out which factors will affect the development of cyclone, or which factors will causes the development of cyclone. About cyclone and anticyclone, you will study in detail in your geography classes. Okay, so this is just revision class. I'm giving you the surface level knowledge. Okay, I can study in depth. Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option D, all. Okay, high relative humidity that is necessary for the formation of the tropical cyclone. Warm oceanic temperature that is also very much helpful and that is very much needed for the development of the cyclone. Then region lying between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. So that's why it is called as tropical cyclone. Why it is called a tropical cyclone? Because they will form in the region between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, option 3 will be obviously correct. Okay, that's why all these factors are helpful for the development of a tropical cyclone. That's why option D is correct, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so since it is a revision class, I'm just giving you the brief knowledge. Okay, in depth you will study in your geography classes. Consider the following statements and select the correct answer with the help of quotes given below. Here assertion and reason question is there. In assertion, the work of wind as an agent of gradation is not as widespread as that of water. In reason, it is effective only in the desert region of the world where rainfall is scattery and soil particles are loose. What is the answer? See, the work of wind as an agent of gradation is not as widespread as that of water. Okay, in reason, it is effective only in the desert regions of the world. Okay, where rainfall is scattery and soil particles are loose. Let's see the answer. Answer is option A. Both the assertion and reason are true, and R is the correct explanation of the assertion. See, the work of wind as an agent of gradation is not as widespread as that of water. It is very much true. Okay, so when you compare the gradation of the wind and gradation of the water, you can see wind gradation is very much low compared to the water. Okay, in reason, it is effective only in the desert region of the world where rainfall is scattery and soil particles are loose. Okay, so wind can grade the desert region highly. Okay, why? Because it consists of the very less rainfall and soil particles are loose. That will be a helpful factor for the gradation of the wind. But when it comes to the water, it is different. It has the widespread area of gradation. So that's why both assertion and reason are individually true, and reason is the correct explanation of this assertion. Okay, option A is correct. Okay, next, consider the following statements and select the correct answer with the help of quotes given below. Again, assertion and reason. In assertion, hurricane cannot develop in the vicinity of equator. In reason, Coriolis force is maximum over the equator. So what is the answer? You can easily answer this question if you have if you have attended my previous classes of revision. We have studied about Coriolis force, right? Where it is maximum, where it is minimum. We have studied that. At least that much you need to know. Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option C. A is true, but R is false. Okay. See, Coriolis force is maximum over the equator. In the previous class of the revision, I told you Coriolis force is 0 over the equator and it will be maximum at the pole. So here they are giving the reverse condition. They are telling Coriolis force is maximum over the equator. That is wrong because Coriolis force is 0. Okay, 0 at the equator. So that you need to remember. At poles, this is very much high, maximum at the pole. So that's why reason is false. Okay, then hurricane cannot develop in the vicinity of the equator. It will develop at the equator only. Okay, so hurricanes are another name of the cyclone, tropical cyclone. So they will develop at the equator. Okay, so why they will develop at the equator? Because of the zero Coriolis force in the equator. Okay, why they will develop at the equator? Because equator region possesses the 0-degree Coriolis force. Okay, Coriolis force is very much minimum at the equator. It will helpful to form the hurricanes. Okay, assertion is true. And Coriolis force is maximum over the equator is the wrong. Okay. Match the following. List 1 and list 2 are given. Here plucking, deflammation, abrasion, attrition. In list 2, wind, stream, glacier, mutual friction of rock fragments. So what is the answer? You need to match them. What is the answer, guys? Let's see the answer. Answer is option B, 3124 is the correct match. See, flocking. Flocking is related to the glacier. Okay, flocking is related to the glacier. And deflation. Okay, so this deflation is related to the wind. Abrasion is related to the streams. Okay, that is river stream. Then attrition is related to the mutual friction of rock fragment. That's why option B is correct. Okay, next. Again, you need to match the following. You need to find out the correct answer using the codes given below. In list 1, temperature falls with height, reflect radio waves back to earth, contain most of the ozone, fall in temperature, stops. List 2, ionosphere, stratosphere, troposphere. They are giving different characteristic of the layers, and list 2, they are giving the different layer names. You need to match them. Let's see the answer. Answer is option C, 4123. Okay, so that is the answer. See, we already know reflects the radio waves back to the earth. That will happen in the ionosphere. It means B should match with 1. Okay, if you just know one factor in this, you can easily answer. So please go and check the option where B is matched with 1. In option A, B, and D, B is matching with 2, 2, and 3. You can eliminate option A, you can eliminate B, and you can eliminate D. Now you have left with only one option, that is C. That is obviously correct answer. So that is called as elimination method. If you know only one factor, you can easily arrive at the correct answer. Okay, anyhow, temperature falls with height. Okay, that will happen in the troposphere. Reflects the radio waves back to the earth, that is ionosphere. Contain most of the ozone, that is at the stratosphere. Falls in temperature, stops, that is at the tropopause. That is a layer between troposphere and stratosphere. So that's why option C is correct. Okay, next. Again, you need to match the following. List 1, winds are given, and list 2, place of occurrence are given. Here codes are given, you need to match them. So these are the different local winds in different region. Okay, what is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option A, 4321. Okay, so Santa Ana we can see at the California. Okay, it is a strong wind. It is at the California. Chinook, you can see it is in the Rockies in USA. Poen, okay, Poen, it is in the Alps range. Next, Jonda, it is in the Argentina. Okay, option A is correct. 4321 is the correct match. Okay, next, which of the following are wrongly matched? You need to find out which of the following is not correctly matched using the codes given below. What is the answer? Here they have given different cyclone names. Okay, typhoon, cyclone, hurricane, tornadoes, and they are giving corresponding areas where they call or where they appear. What is the answer? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option C, 2 and 4. Okay, since they are asking which one is wrongly matched. Okay, cyclones. Cyclones, we can see cyclones in the Indian Ocean, right? The name is the name cyclone you can see in the Indian Ocean. Okay, here West Indies they have given. It is wrong. Tornadoes. Tornadoes is not in the Australia. Okay, Australia, that will be different name. Willy Willy. Okay, not Willy Willy, I think. I will get back to you what is that, but tornado is not to the Australia. Okay, so that's why 2 and 4 are wrong. Typhoons in China Sea, that is in the Pacific region, that is true. Okay, typhoons, the name given in the China Sea. Then hurricanes in the North Atlantic. So these two are correct. Okay, so here they are asking which one is wrongly matched. You can see 2 and 4. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. About this Australia, I'm confused. I will get back to you that. Okay. Next, again you need to match the following. List 1 wind types are given. List 2 regions where they occur. Here codes are given. You need to match them correctly using the codes given below. These are the different wind types. Okay, these are the region where they occur. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option C, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so that is the match, 2, 3, 4, 1. See, the Breckfielder is a hot and dry wind in the southern Australia. Okay, so Breckfielder should match with the Australia, that is 2. Okay, sorry, option is B. It is 2, 3, 4, 1 is B. See, Breckfielder, it is, you can see in the Australia. This is the local wind for the Australia. Next, Sirocco, it is at the Mediterranean region. Okay, Sirocco, the wind, it is at the Mediterranean region. Next, Bergs, it is, you can see in the Africa. Okay, Bergs is related to the Africa. Then Northers or Northerns, it is related to the Northern California. That's why option B is correct, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 1. It is not C, it is B, 2, 3, 4, 1. Once again, Breckfielder, Australia, Sirocco, Mediterranean, Bergs, Africa, Northerns, Northern California in USA. Okay. Next. Which among the following phenomena can occur when very warm and humid air is rising over a mass of a very cold air? What is the answer? Okay, let's see the answer. So these are the codes. Okay, which among the following phenomena can occur when very warm and humid air is rising over the mass of a very cold air? Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is option D, 1 and 4. So one is calm weather will happen, then intense rain and hail will come. Okay, so calm weather and intense rain and hail occur when very warm and humid air is rising over a mass of very cold air. Okay, what phenomenon? Calm weather will be there and intense rain and hailstorm. Okay, next, consider the following statements. Here you need to find out which statement is given above, which statements given above are correct using the codes given below. So very simple one. It is the last question of this class. What is the answer? Let's see the answer. Answer is option C, 1, 2, 3. These statements are correct and fourth one is wrong. See, first statement, ozone is mostly found in the stratosphere. It is true. Okay, ozone layer lies 25 to 30 kilometers above the surface of the earth. So exactly in the stratosphere. It is true. Next, ozone absorbs ultraviolet radiation from the sun. That is true. Okay. Next, fourth one, ozone layer has no significance for life on the earth. Okay, so this is not true. It has very much significance for the life on the earth because it will act as a barrier for ultraviolet radiation which is coming from the sun. So those radiations are harmful for the life which existed on the earth. Okay, that's why option 4 is wrong. All other options are correct. Okay, so in this topic you learned atmosphere part 1. If you have any doubts regarding these questions, please let me know in the comment section. What is the answer? Any question or any doubts? Okay, guys, I assume there are no doubts. Thank you so much and see you in the next class.